historic neighborhood of Baltimore, Maryland on Cold Spring Lane, well, more fondly known as Eddie Dobkin Way. That's because back in the 90s, Eddie had like 5 rockin' restaurants in this area. And the one he's most widely known for is a funky big breakfast joint known as Miss Shirley's Cafe.
Your shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
This place is unlike any other.
Miss Shirley's affair with Oscar.
It's always a treat. People will stand in line for literally an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. It's something that is worth the wait.
It's something Eddie would have been proud to see.
My father, he's really smiling down.
That's because since he passed in 2013, his son David and daughter-in-law Brandy have carried on what he started.
They put an enormous amount of pride and love into their food. It becomes infectious.
Your coconut cream stuffed French toast.
This is definitely a dish I spoil myself with.
It's 2 large pieces of challah
Stuffed with this amazing cream.
Which is the creation of Chef Bridget Bledsoe, who's been heading up this kitchen since they opened in 2005.
Chicken waffle.
Eddie knew she was big on talent.
Each bite, you get the texture of the coconut, the sweetness with the crunch.
I have no problem giving it a wowee. And
Did she just drop a wowee?
Wowee. It's amazing.
Apparently, that's something you might have heard when Eddie was around.
One of his favorite expressions was
Wowee.
So this guy was the life of the party.
Wowee. Yeah.
Eddie was a big part of Baltimore, and his legacy still lives on here.
It's your crab cake boy.
The jumbo lump crab meat with this Tabasco bacon onion jam.
A lot of people in Baltimore take pride in their crab cakes, but they're gonna have to measure themselves by Miss Shirley's.
So now we're gonna finally make the crab cake?
Yes. Boiled mayo, eggs, Worcestershire, Old Bay, yellow mustard, kosher salt. Mix this together.
Okay, what's going on now?
All right, we're gonna do 2 pounds of crab meat.
Whoa.
Roasted red peppers, parsley, crab cake mix.
Okay.
This is cracker meal.
So this is just enough effort to combine it.
Yes, that's what I call a crab cake.
I am in awe. Now show me what the size of a crab cake is around here.
2 ounce. 3 of them will go on the sandwich.
Okay.
Now we have our bacon jam. Plenty of that on there.
Okay.
Old Bay remoulade.
I'll get this for you.
Old Bay remoulade.
Old Bay.
Yeah, bib lettuce, red and yellow tomatoes.
Okay.
And then we have our mini crab cakes.
Okay.
We're gonna garnish with parsley and Old Bay.
This is outrageous. So give it up, Freddie, and a little wowee. So I'm here in the southwest area of Portland, Oregon to check out a place where the chef came from a long background in the corporate world. And finally, one day, he said he's gonna break free. That's right, he's gonna do things on his own terms, do things his own way. He's gonna cook from his favorite seasons and his favorite regions. Wait a second, that'd be a perfect name for a restaurant. This is Seasons and Regions Seafood Grill. So what are we gonna make?
Northwest Seafood Cioppino.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna make our Cioppino broth first. Olive oil, carrots, onions, celery, puree garlic, thyme, pepper flakes, black pepper, ground fennel, marjoram, oregano, bay leaf, kosher salt.
Next up,
sugar, red wine vinegar, red wine, lemon juice, basil puree, anchovy paste for a little more fish flavor there, lamb stock, tomato paste, diced tomato, crushed tomato, water.
how long is this all gonna cook down for?
2 hours.
I assume that you're able to just mix in the seafood that you like when you have it, when it's fresh.
Yes.
What are we running today?
We're gonna top it with a Dungeness crab cake.
A crab cake goes on top?
Yes.
That I haven't seen.
Pre-cooked onions, egg, roasted red pepper, parsley, Tabasco for heat, Worcestershire sauce, Old Bay seasoning, Dijon, and now...
Local Dungeness?
Yep.
Just a little binder of the breadcrumb. Make that into one big crab cake for me, and that'll be fine.
There you go. So we're gonna give our ring of just a little spray, some panko, the crab, and then panko on top.
We're gonna pan fry this?
Actually, we're gonna deep fry it.
Time to build it?
A little clarified butter, salmon, a little rockfish, salt spring mussels, white wine, lemon juice.
Some of the Cioppino base that we built. Fantastic. Mussels are open.
A little more salt, pepper, a little parsley.
Smells fantastic.
Crab cake, chive on top.
And that's all she wrote. That's really good. That broth is fantastic. Typically, when you have cioppino, you know, you like to have some bread or something to dip it into. And this crab cake on top is perfectly crunchy, which would be kind of like the crusty bread going into it. Works incredibly well. Thank you, Chef, for wrecking it, because this is what I'm gonna expect now is a little salty, crunchy crab right on top. Something I didn't see coming, but I definitely would eat all day for the rest of the week. I said it once and I'll say it again. You gotta slow down and take a look around. I'm here in Juneau, Alaska, and every other day, thousands of people get off those cruise ships and they walk right by this funky little joint where the chef, who's worked through the ranks and studied a little bit in Italy, has opened up a joint where he's scratch making, hand making just about everything on the menu. It's Alaskan food with an Italian influence. This is in Bocca al Lupo.
Thunderdome for B4.
If you want really amazing Italian food, like this is the place to go.
Homemade pasta, homemade pizza dough.
Going in with 2 salsichas.
You can tell his style of cooking is not from here.
Yeah, it's actually a little something Bo Schooler brought back from his culinary training in Italy. What does the name mean?
It means into the wolf's mouth. It means good luck.
Yeah, so I'm learning Italian. So you do wood-fired pizza, what else?
Fresh pasta, our own charcuterie. Again, in the summertime, we're kind of more seafood focused. King crab pappardelle for 25.
The king crab pappardelle, it's hard to stop eating, that's for sure.
Chunks of big, meaty, juicy Alaskan wild-caught king crab.
And the pasta is perfectly al dente every time you have it.
It's heaven on earth.
What are we gonna make?
King crab pappardelle.
Let's get into it.
We gotta make pappardelle noodles, low gluten flour, egg yolks, olive oil, sea salt.
You making all the pasta in-house?
We make all the pasta in-house. We always have a gnocchi.
I have the gnocchi.
I love gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi. I gotta knead it till it's smooth.
Let it rest. Roll with a sheeter.
Sprinkle semolina on.
Cut it by hand.
Yep.
All right, what are we gonna do about?
We gotta basically make like a seafood bisque, and that's our pasta sauce.
Okay.
Got clove, green peppercorns, bay leaf. We gotta grind that all up. Combine it with sweet paprika, ginger, cinnamon, sweet Calabrian chili powder, star anise, allspice, cardamom.
Cardamom.
Mustard is our spice.
Something got my tongue. Is that from the green peppercorn?
That or the cinnamon.
Okay, what are we doing next?
Olive oil. Break down our king crab legs, and we got our crab shells here. Garlic.
Got it.
Carrots, onion, leeks, fennel, celery and ginger, and then thyme. We cook all that down. We add in tomato paste.
Copious amounts.
White wine.
You glaze it.
Lemon juice, fish sauce, seasoning.
Good amount of that.
Cover it with crushed ice.
You gotta explain this ice game to me.
It just allows that broth to like build up real slowly and gently. And then by the time it's all melted, it's gonna simmer for maybe 30 minutes. So we get a ton of flavor.
I've never seen it.
Well, there you go. Come to Alaska. We do things cold.
I would tell you. He was waiting to say that the whole time.
I wasn't.
He was waiting to say it the entire time.
So after this simmers, we're gonna blend it and then strain it. We got our pappardelle noodles. Throw in our bisque base.
Beautiful noodles.
Throw in some crab.
You're generous.
Lemon creme fraiche.
Gorgeous.
Finish it off with this sorrel that our buddies are growing.
Delicious. The bisque is really nice and light and refreshing. The crab is not tough. The pasta is the heart of the dish. It is super tender. And the key is the creme fraiche. Two of my favorite things, crab bisque and a pasta dish. Outstanding. Outstanding. So I'm here in Eugene, Oregon, home of the Ducks, University of Oregon. Now, what else can you expect when you come to Eugene, an hour and a half off the coast of Oregon? Exactly, great fresh seafood. That's because they got this joint, Fisherman's Market.
Every time I come in here, they'll be bringing fresh fish in, you know, whether it's gonna be salmon or albacore or halibut.
They're live right there, they cook them right there, and they serve it right here. And I eat it.
Ryan, he just is an expert on fish.
That's because Ryan Rogers is the real deal. Hardcore fishing in Alaska for decades, while running this joint since '97.
All the fish that's here is coming from...
Mostly all from Oregon.
You have all your buddies and all the hookups and...
Yeah.
It's like it was swimming yesterday.
Some of it still is.
You see the crab in the crab tank, and then they cook it up for you fresh. It's just amazing.
Crab dinner with fries and slaw.
They cook the crab in a crab pot right out the front door. Can't get any fresher.
All right. Wow!
A little warm for you?
But that is hot crab. That's outrageous. Without question, the most seafood flavored crab really, I think, has to be the Dungeness. Some lemon juice. I'll take a little dip in some butter. That's slaw. Nice crunch. Really refreshes the palate. That's the freshest experience you can get.
It's juicy, it's succulent. You don't even need the butter, it's so wonderful.
Dungeness crab dinner. Dungeness crab is especially sweet.
And it's got such a really good flavor. You can't get it fresher.
I like the Fisherman's Market because there's just nothing else like it. It's extremely unique.
Kind of a crazy place. You got tanks making noise and coolers and people buying fish. Dudes cooking right there.
It's different food than you can get from anywhere else.
You can get fish and chips with any kind of fish?
Any kind of fish.
Seriously?
Yep.
Can't get bored. You can always try something new.
The Cajun crawfish pie.
Time for pie.
What's that you're putting on top?
Sour cream.
And what do you have over here on the salad?
We got smoked salmon, house salad.
Dude, that's outrageous. You smoke this in-house?
Of course.
You're so gangster. Let's look at this. Great crust, not soupy, not too thick, tender. They're as tender and succulent, and the texture of them is awesome. I didn't know about this sour cream thing you're doing, but it's excellent. This is crazy, man.
It's perfect. Just enough spice to have a little kick.
This is to die for. It's so flaky.
It just can't get any fresher unless you caught it yourself.
If I'm hungry, I just say, we're going here.
This is a full seafood culinary experience. From the live tanks to the fresh seafood market, doing the food, dishes like that. How much do you think we can fit in the back of that car? You know, I'm only about 8 hours away from my town. Ice it up. They're serving up their mom's recipes in an old neighborhood bar. This is Stogie Joe's.
Chicken parm, table 5.
If you're coming to look for that Italian vibe, this is the place to be. It's got a world-class menu, but it's got a neighborhood feel.
Order up, linguine with olive oil and garlic.
I remember coming here when I was a kid, but around 10 years ago, the Liuzzi brothers took it over.
Little neck clams.
I knew Sonny from when I was a kid. He's basically the host here. And then you got Stogie Joe, who's just an all-around guy. Then you got Christian, who's a fabulous cook.
But this isn't the brothers' first rodeo. They teamed up on a more upscale spot, but decided to jump from fine dining into this long-time local joint.
This is kind of like a speakeasy. The old man was selling. He was retiring, so he says, I want you guys to have it. I think it'd be perfect for you.
What do you guys serve here?
What was on our dinner table every day? I lost my mom 8 months ago. That's all her recipes over there on the wall. Spaghetti and meatballs, the crab gravy. Order up, linguine with crab gravy.
Nobody makes the crab gravy like Stogie Joe.
Sunday gravy was a tomato sauce for a pasta dish, correct?
Exactly.
But we're gonna make it with crab.
Yep. So we start with olive oil, butter, leeks, onion,
celery, bay leaf,
garlic, peppercorn, a little bit of oregano, crushed red pepper, some fresh parsley and thyme.
My favorite album.
Get that going for a few minutes.
Raw but clean blue crabs.
Exactly.
And this is the crab of the East Coast.
Yes.
Talk about great flavor and sweet.
Old Bay, and then we'll cook it for 15 minutes. We'll finish it with white wine and crushed plum tomatoes.
We're gonna cook it?
Yep. 4 hours, 5 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We macerate it through a food mill.
I've never seen this. That's awesome. So it comes with the sieve and everything?
Yep.
We're gonna grind it up, get the sauce out of it.
Yep.
The crab, all that great flavor's in the shell. You get all the flavor, none of the shells.
Exactly.
This is the next level. Did your mom get the chance to see any of this?
Absolutely.
What did she say? I never taught it to you this way.
Exactly.
I'm just dying to see the end of this.
Crab gravy, dab of tomato, butter just to balance out. Bring it up to temperature. We're gonna add linguine and salt and pepper. Just coat it real nice. You remember?
Real nice, like that. Smells the part.
Finish it with a little parsley, extra virgin olive oil.
And that's all she wrote.
In South Philly, we eat it with bread. You gotta dip.
Your brothers aren't over here serving the bread, working together as a tag team.
Here you go, big guy. I was sleeping.
Thank you. Are you taking a nap, were you? It is crab on crab on crab. You're getting all the flavor you want. Wham! Right into the pasta dish. It's Flavor City, really delicious.
2 linguine crab.
The crab gravy is really, really good.
Their crabs just throughout that sauce and is unforgettable.
So I'm here in South New Jersey in a town called Summers Point. Now, this is where people cruise through to go down to the boardwalk at Ocean City, but more importantly, to visit this joint. This is the Grilled Cheese and Crab Cake Company.
Down to Summers Point, a funky little joint called the Crab Cake Co.
It's a catchy name.
Everything is amazing. Big Bad Fish Witch.
Everybody comes in here and is like, oh, what do you guys serve here? Grilled cheese and crab cakes.
And the guy marrying the two is Steve Novak.
Throw on another crab cake to the other melt now.
Who bought this place back in 2010 thanks to a little help from the family. Brothers pitching in and grandparents backing them up.
Gotta love Grandma.
Gotta love
But Grandma, she dropped the coin.
Grandma Tarantine. We call her G-Tear, though. What up?
And Grandma's investment is built on a classic.
Who doesn't love grilled cheese? It's the ultimate comfort food.
You can put anything inside a grilled cheese, and he does it the best.
I got the crab melt. It's a grilled cheese sandwich, and it has a crab cake in the middle. It's what they're known for here.
Let's get into it.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do is add our mayo to the bin. Next, we're gonna add our eggs. Then our fresh lemon juice. I like to use honey mustard. A little sriracha. I think
Very
sriracha
nice.
just makes everything better. It's just a little crystal hot sauce, a little extra heat. And then
Okay.
Worcestershire sauce, Old Bay seasoning.
Say hey for Old Bay. There you go.
Hey. Actually, this is celery seed.
He's at 1 point over here.
Little celery seed.
Very nice.
And then baking powder. A load of fresh chopped parsley. And then we whisk her up. She's good to go. Next, we add our panko breadcrumbs. So we want to make sure it's incorporated in real good.
Now the crab, let's talk about that.
Jumbo lump.
Treat it very gingerly now, correct?
Exactly.
Because you don't want to bust it up.
People like to see those real big lumps.
My lovely
Right.
crabby lumps. That is some creamy.
Actually, this will solidify once it sets.
It's gonna have to.
So we're gonna throw a little butter on the grill.
Okay.
We're gonna take our crab cake, put it right on the butter. Butter the bread.
You and butter.
Monterey Jack cheese.
I mean, shouldn't you have it like on a squirt pump or something? Like
Probably. We're gonna steam the bread, just make sure we melt the cheese real good.
So we're gonna let this cook up on both sides?
This is our crab melt.
Wow. Crab cake is a little bit creamier than most people expect.
Yeah.
Crispy on the outside, tons of crab. No question about the amount of crab in there. Nice crunch of the toast, not too much cheese. You pulled it off, man. Nicely done, man.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
I love it. It's a favorite.
It's moist, it's fresh, it's delicious.
You can either have it plain or angry.
Angry here means sriracha and jalapenos. You make the cheesesteaks angry, cream of crab soup, you can get that angry. Having the sandwich angry makes me very happy.